again. So we have to make use of normal YouTube. But StreamYard was just trying to mess us up. Okay. Hi. Let's look for how to get this link to everyone who needs to be here. Okay. Hi, 2 persons are watching. Really? Hello. Hi, if you've joined, good evening. Hi, welcome to Honest Conversations with Chinaza Flavor. We experienced some technical glitches and I had to come on here differently. I had to end the StreamYard broadcast so I can just come on here to host it here. Thank you. Regardless of what happens, we will keep on showing up, right? So I am putting out this link right now to invite others who might not have known that we have moved to this location. Okay. Okay. So please take the link and share with your friends, okay? So that everybody can join. Hi, Wanda Victor. Hello, Lucky Nathan. Hello, Felicity. How did you guys know that I am on here? Because I was wondering, how do I even get you to know? How do I put it out there? I'm posting on Facebook right now. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. So the devil came to steal my joy this evening. He came to just scatter what we have been planning since yesterday. Since last week. But he ain't gonna win, right? We'll keep on showing up regardless of anything. Regardless of anything. So I know that some persons might have been trying to join using the other link. So please, if you shared the previous link, take this particular one now and share with your friends. Okay? My goodness. Okay. So I have to go and tell my Instagram fam too that the previous link has expired. Because some of them might be trying to. Okay. Hi, 8 persons have joined. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Honest Conversations with Chinaza Flavor. Again, we were supposed to use a different link, but we experienced some technical glitches and I had to come on to this particular platform to host it. Thank you very much for joining. So glad to have you here. Salam David, hello, good evening. Yes, God prevailed. Clever Chidera, good evening. It's so good to have you. So good to have you here. Okay. All right. So I think I've invited those that I can invite. So let's just go ahead and have this conversation. The rest can watch the replay later. Whoever is asking how am I, I'm doing well. Thank you very much. I trust you're well too. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Honest Conversation with Chinaza. I am super excited for this, even though the devil came to do some things, but God win. Yeah. So tonight we have a very wonderful conversation to have, and that is opportunity costs. What you need to give up to get what you want. Yeah, what you need to give up to get what you want. So where did this idea come from? So opportunity cost is a concept in economics. Okay, it's a concept in economics which loosely defined is the satisfaction of a want. Yeah, the satisfaction of one want at the expense of another. I got it. It's from economics. The satisfaction of one want at the expense of another or at the expense of others. In other words, they say that it is the alternative for God. Alternative for God. So, why am I discussing economics here? Why am I discussing economics here? Because I'm able to find parallels between abstract ideas and scientific ideas. I'm able to find parallels between them and real life experiences. So while I was, going through that concept, it just struck me that in life, actually, there are opportunity costs. There are things that we have to give up in order to have what we desire. But the majority of the time, we are not willing to give that thing up. So there's somewhere you're looking to get to, and it's going to take you a lot to get there. Okay? So you have the option of either going that place you want to get to or staying back and enjoying the pleasures of where you are. So if you must get to that place you want to get to, the opportunity cost of getting to that place you want to get to is what you have to forgo in order to have it. It is what you have to forgo. That's why it is said it is the alternative for God in order for you to get what you want. It is the satisfaction of one want at the expense of another. So human beings, our needs are unlimited. We are insatiable. Like, we don't ever stop wanting things. We don't really stop dreaming. Yeah? But what is the cost of you getting where you want to get to? What are you willing to forgo? What are you willing to let go? What weight are you willing to drop in order for you to get or have the life that you want to have? That is what we will be discussing today. So if you're excited for tonight's conversation, I for one am excited. So I want to see if someone else is excited with me today. So if you're excited, drop it in the comments. Let me see. I am excited. Let's go. I am excited. Let me see your comments. Let me see that you are excited. Let me see that you are excited. I'm not going to go ahead if I don't see your comments. Okay. Once again, thank you for joining me on this platform, on this particular live stream. Thank you very much. I am very honored to have you here. So, economics is the study of choices you make, given that you can't have everything that we want. Okay, I see that you're excited. I see that. So economics is simply the study of choices that you make, given that you cannot have everything you want. Like, you can't ever have everything you want because the resources to satisfy your wants are unlimited. Don't worry, I'm not teaching economics. I just want to draw that into what we are discussing. Okay? Yeah, I see that you're excited. Hello, Benjamin, Mary. It's good to have you here. Son Yoko, thanks for being here. So there is no such thing as free lunch. There is no such thing as free lunch. You might have heard it before, but I'm going to break it down for you tonight. There is no such thing as free lunch. How do I mean? If you get anything free of charge, you are paying for that thing one way or the other. Anything you get free of charge, you are paying for that thing one way or the other. So if you get free lunch, you are paying with your time, you're paying with your energy. There's something that you're paying with, and the opportunity cost of you having that free lunch is what you would have been doing at that same time you are having that lunch. So maybe you could have been using that time to do something more productive, but because it's free food, you just want to buy into that and eat. And you think it is free. No, it is not really free. The opportunity cost of you eating it is what you had to forgo for you to be there and have that free lunch. Okay? So, what is the opportunity cost of you watching me right now? What do you have to forgo for you to watch me right now? Because at every point in our lives, we're making at every point in our lives, we are having to choose one thing over the other. For you to watch me right now, there is something you have to forgo. Some of you, this might be your best time, but you have to forgo it because you want to join this conversation. Some of you want to watch Netflix, but you just decided to sacrifice Netflix in order to be here. Some of you want to watch movie, you want to listen to songs, you want to read a book, you want to binge, you want to do anything, but you had to give that thing up for you to be here. That is the opportunity cost of you joining this live session. I hope we are getting it now. I hope we get the whole concept of opportunity cost. For you to be here, there is something you have to give up. And that thing you gave up is the opportunity cost of you being here. You see, Sunday said, I left this session to join here. That session you left is the cost of you being here. It costs you that session for you to be here. That is your opportunity cost. Topore says, Topore, I hope I got that right, says, I want to watch anime. Okay. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. I'm happy you had to forgo that to be here. Really, you won't regret joining this session. Okay? So the cost of you doing something is what you had to give up in order for you to have it, in order for you to do it. The cost of you being anywhere, the cost of you having anything is what you had to give up, is what you had to sacrifice in order for you to be there. So whenever you say yes to something, you are saying no to something. Whenever you say yes to something, you are saying no to something. Please understand this. Whenever you say yes to something, you are saying no to something. And whenever you say no to something, you are actually saying yes to something. There's no absolute no, and there is no absolute yes. When you tell somebody, oh, I don't have time for this, there is something else you have time for. When you tell someone, oh, I don't want to do this, there's something else you want to do that will take up time that you would have used to do this. Opportunity cost. So when you begin to weigh your decisions on the scale of opportunity costs, the stakes become clearer. I'll try to make this as brief as possible. When you begin to weigh your decisions on the scale of opportunity costs, what you stand to lose becomes clearer. So let's now dive right into the topic of today. Opportunity cost of your vision. The opportunity cost of you achieving your goals, of you going for your dreams, of you aiming for the stars. So many of us want to be big, we want to be great, we want to do well in life, we want to do this and that, we want to be high up there. But the cost of you getting there is that you have to give up your comfort. Many people want to achieve great things, but they're not willing to do what it takes to get there. So many people want a very beautiful life. Some people want a life that is transformed, but they are not willing to bear the inconvenience of the process of transformation. The cost of a gold shining, the cost of the raw gold shining, is that process it has to go through. It has to give up its convenience and its comfort in order to become that gold that is very, very valuable. The cost of the diamond being so shiny and beautiful is that it has to forego its comfort and subject itself to pressure so that it can come out refined. Is this making sense to anybody? You cannot say you want one thing and you're not willing to sacrifice for that. You cannot say you want to do something and you're not willing to. You cannot say you want to get somewhere and you're not willing to put in the work that is required for you to get there. You are faced with several options every day. Every single day you are faced with options. The ones that are in alignment with where you are going and the ones that are not in any way aligned to where you are going. And every single time you're making a decision either for that goal or against that goal. For you to be great, you have to give up a lot. Now, it may not require a lot for you to live a normal average life. No, you see soft life, not soft life. You see easy life. It doesn't require so much. You don't have to try for you to live an average life. You don't have to do so much. Just wake up and breathe and go to work. That is all. But if you want to be extraordinary, there are so many things you have to give up. There are several things you will have to give up for you to get there. Greatness does not happen by chance. Greatness is not by luck. Success is not by luck or by chance. You work for it. You sacrifice for it. Now, being good at something is not something you do much to be. We say greatness. Greatness is work. Greatness is sacrifice. For you to be great, that is being the best at what you do. You cannot be playing with your time. You cannot be playing with your energy. You cannot be investing your time, your energy, your resources in the wrong things. So I was listening to B. Bryant this evening, and he said something that struck. He said that there are times when it's okay to quit. There are times when it's fine for someone to give up. But people are expecting you to show up, and you have to show up. So you have to give into pain. He said that there was a time he had his back. He has very serious pain in his back, even while they were playing, and he didn't want to continue, but he had a mandate to lead his team to victory. What did he do? He said, despite this pain, I'm playing. The people that were watching didn't even understand that he was going through pain. They thought that he just bent down and was resting, but his back was shaking. He said, against that pain, despite that pain, he continued playing, and his team won. Then he now went back and started resting. But many of us, we like to take the easy way out. If you're the kind of person that likes taking easy way out, you cannot get anywhere. Your name will not go down in history as anybody. People will not know you. So if you are converting Chinaza favor, I tap grace. It's not about tapping grace. I envy God's grace upon your life. It's not about envy God's grace. Are you willing to put in the work? For me to come on here, I'm going to be very honest with you. 10 minutes to this time, I was sleeping because I didn't have enough sleep last night. And left to me alone, my body needs rest. Heaven knows how much rest my body needs right now. But while I was preparing my notes, around 8:30 or so, I just had to put in an alarm for 8:40. And I slept. When it was 8:40, my alarm went off. I snoozed it for another 5 minutes. But even though I closed my eyes that 5 minutes, I was not myself anymore. I just had to get up and get myself ready for this session. That is the cost I have to pay. Because where I'm going, where this conversation, where this show is going, is somewhere very, very, very big and glorious. And I have to start paying the price now. I can choose to cancel it. I can choose to put out a public announcement that no, this story is cancelled. And when the first live session was not working, when I encountered some technical glitches with the StreamYard platform, I could have just easily given up. After all, I'm sleepy, let me go and sleep. But no, opportunity costs of me showing up here. Not just that, the opportunity cost of me, of this particular show, getting to where it needs to get to, is me showing up today, despite the weakness. If I tell you that the sacrifices I make to show up online, sometimes you will cry for me. But we have to do it. We have to do it. Against all odds, we keep on showing up. Because like I told you in the last conversation, in last week's episode of Honest Conversations, I told you that you have to be willing to do what it takes. You have to be willing to build your character. You have to be willing to build the virtues that you need. So that when you get to the spotlight, it will not be difficult for you. I cannot be lazy here. I cannot be lazy. I cannot be indisciplined here. When I get to the spotlight, if I will ever get to the spotlight with that attitude, if I ever get there with a lazy attitude, it's only a matter of time before I come down. But if I'm able to build my muscles now, when I get to the spotlight, I'll be able to sustain it. Now, this is not about the spotlight. This is about your goals. It's about your visions and your dreams. What is required for you to get there? And what do you need to let go to get to where you need to get to? Do you have friends that are taking you away from your vision? You need to sometimes forgo some friends. Even though you grew up together, you need to forgo some people that are not, if they're not supporting your vision, it's fine. But if they're taking you out of that vision, if they're making you to feel like you're crazy for pursuing your vision, you have to cut off from them. Sometimes opportunity cost looks like cutting off families. I'm not telling you to cut off your family members, but sometimes that's what it looks like. So this lady that I always reference, Lisa Nichols, she said that when the day she decided that her 9-month-old baby will no longer be wrapped in a towel because she could not afford a diaper for her child, she told her baby, "Don't worry, Jelani, Mama will never be this broke again." And she said that day she was willing to do whatever it would cost her to get there. Whatever it would cost her to give her son the best life, she was willing to do what it took. And when she woke up the next morning, she started applying, putting out applications, started volunteering, even doing so much more than she was getting. But because she knew where she wanted to get to, she knew the kind of life she wanted to, and she knew that these are the sacrifices I have to make now, she was willing to do them. Even her family members started saying that she was crazy. At a point, she had to cut them off. And in her words, she said that your destiny or your goal is like this. The door to your destiny is like this. And it can only take one person. But you are trying to carry everybody along. You're trying to carry your friends that are not even thinking in the same frequency as you along. You cannot rescue everybody at once. You have to rescue yourself first. And Lisa Nichols said that she is now a lot more valuable to her community, to her family members, to her friends, because she took 10 years away from everybody to build, and now she could now come back to rescue others. Sometimes the opportunity cost for going for what you want, for achieving your goals, will be sleepless nights. It might be sleepless nights. Some of you, we sleep a lot. We sleep for a very long time. It is soft life for us. Don't disturb me, please. You can sleep for 8 hours straight. You can sleep for 10 hours straight. And you're feeling unfulfilled. Tell me why you will not feel unfulfilled. Tell me why you will not feel like something is wrong with you. No, just tell me why. Because definitely something is wrong with you. If your house is on fire, you will not sleep for 10 hours. If your child is in a burning building, you cannot stay outside crying. You go in there and rescue your child. What is the cause of you getting to where you need to get to? I'm trying not to be too specific with the goals, the visions, because I understand that we have different parts, we have different visions and goals for our lives. So I'm letting you do that work. What do you need to let go of? Because that is what this conversation is all about. You already know what you need to do, habits that are drawing you back from your vision, from your goal. Oh, habits. Habits. So from morning till night, you are scrolling on social media. You're just scrolling. You wake up in the morning, you're on social media, you're checking notifications. Have you not heard of meditation in the morning? That the quality of your day, of the rest of your day, is kind of determined by the quality of the first few minutes of your morning. How you start your day can set the tone for the rest of your day. Your morning rituals, your morning routine can set the tone for the rest of your day. But some of us just wake up, it's our phone. You sleep with your phone and you wake up with your phone. And you are saying, Ma, I know that there is more to my life, but I don't feel fulfilled. I don't know what to do. How can you know what to do? Why would you feel unfulfilled? When you are sacrificing your goal on the altar of unnecessary leisure. Some of you can chat for hours. See, that time you're using to chat, the opportunity cost of you chatting is the goal, is those visions, is those things you've written down that you want to do that you're not doing. That is what you're sacrificing for that time. Remember I said that when you say yes to a thing, you are saying no to every other thing that you could have been doing at that point in time. And the goal here is to do productive things, is to make productive use of your time. Unfortunately, many of us are not. So let's say I want to write a book. Yes, I want to write a book for real. And I know that this book requires lots of research. I need to conduct lots of research for me to get the right information for this book. And instead of me conducting this research, I go on Google and I'm just Everything that is recommended to me on Google, I check. Every article I check. Now, because of what I'm subscribed to on Google, I don't get. Okay. So because of what I'm subscribed to on Google, I don't get recommended unnecessary and irrelevant articles and blogs and sites. But if I have to fulfill that goal of writing that book, I have to forego reading every other important article and focus on my research. The opportunity cost of me getting that book done is me shutting my eyes from every other tempting and interesting articles out there that I might have needed to read or wanted to read, but I'm choosing to research so that my book can have substance. So my opportunity cost of getting this book done is letting go and ignoring every recommendation. That is my alternative for God. Remember the first definition I gave you. Some of you have to give up leisure. Your opportunity cost for your goals and your dreams and your visions could be your leisure time. Could be your leisure time. So some of you take, I don't know how many of you work from home, but some of you take too long to play, to relax. You relax for too long. And I don't know how many of you even have a to-do list here. So in that time that you're supposed to rest, you give yourself a whole 4 hours to rest. What are you resting now? In a day, it's still daytime and you're resting for 4 hours. How does that add to the vision you have for yourself? How? You must be willing to let go of what is not serving your vision. You have to be willing to let go of the people that are not serving your vision. Maybe not serving your vision. You have to let go of the people who are taking you away, who are distracting you from your vision. Be it friends or family. Because when you finally make it, everybody will come back to read with you. Okay? You have to be willing. Some of you take 3 hours nap in a day. You have, because I'm huge on you taking, having good night's rest. Okay? Having proper sleep, because your body, your brain needs you to rest so that it can recuperate. Okay? But some of you sleep 3 hours in the afternoon. These are aside your 4 hours rest too. You sleep 3 hours in the afternoon. 7 hours gone. Now this is me exaggerating, but some of you, your 5 hours in a day is gone. Then in the night, once it is 9 p.m., you are in bed, and then you wake up by 7 or by 6, and you say you want to be relevant here. You say you want to make impact here. How? Success and greatness is not by luck. It's not by luck. So when you want to do something, you have to ask yourself, what is the value of this thing to me? How much does this thing mean to me? What am I giving up now to have this? What do I have to give up now for me to get to where I need to get to? After asking that question, you ask yourself, what am I giving up in the future to have now? Because at every point in our lives, we are either depositing in our future or we are withdrawing from our future. At every point you are doing something that either benefits you in the long run or depletes you on the long run. When you want to be financially free and you are very extravagant, you know, being very truthful to yourself, that being extravagant is taking something away from your future. But being frugal and managing your resources well, you are giving up luxury now so you can have it tomorrow. You are giving up a lot today so that tomorrow you can have what many people will not be able to have because they have enjoyed now. You are still young, and for some reason you don't want more out of life. David Ahmed says delayed gratification. Yes, delaying gratification. You don't want more out of life. And I'm wondering, is it when you are 50, 60 that you will start wanting more? Is it when you are old and stricken in age that you now start going for what to eat? You start looking at your children to feed you. See, gone are the days when children were investments. Yes, not investment. Children are investments. I mean, gone are the days when children were retirement plans. That's what I wanted to say. So you're sending your children to school because you want them to take care of you in old age. See, the world is revolving, is evolving every single day. Times are changing. You plan your retirement by yourself. You save for your old age by yourself. You get your children started on their paths and let them be. You plan your own future. You plan your old age. You plan your retirement by yourself. So, what are you doing right now? What are you giving up now to have what you want to get, what you want to have? And what are you having now that is taking from what you want to be in the future? Who do you want to be in the future? What is your plan for your life? And what are the habits that are not serving you? I'm huge on habits because it's really not about what people do to us. It's about what we do to ourselves, and we're the ones to build our future. We're the ones to live our lives. This is your life. It's your responsibility. And your habits are those things that you do every day, subconsciously. That you've done these things too many times that it's now automatic in your brain. That's how you are supposed to function. You identify those habits and you consciously replace them with healthy ones. You want to be very healthy when you are old. What is the opportunity cost of you being healthy when you are old? The opportunity cost of you being healthy when you are old is eating healthy now that you are young. But many young people are not willing to do that. Many young people don't have that time. You tell them to run away from sugar. They'll tell you why now. I'm still a teenager. I still have time. My body is healthy and works very well. Everything you eat is depositing in your body one way or the other. And it's when you are older that the effects or the benefits start showing. Am I making sense? What is the opportunity cost? What must you give up? You must be willing to give up leisure. Now, I'm huge on celebrating your wins, taking time off to rest, but not at the expense of where you want to get to. Please, if you've not liked this video, do so, and if you've not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. All right, thank you very much. So you must be willing to let go. You must be willing to drop every weight that doesn't serve you. You must be willing. I don't know why my phone keeps going off and I have to keep turning it on. So you must be willing to do the work. You must be willing to let go. And like I said before, when you begin to weigh your options, when you begin to weigh your decisions on the scale of opportunity cost, you see what you stand to lose. Like the stakes become very clear to you. What you stand to lose will become very clear to you. So let's say that you want to be a first class student, like Cynthia Oluchi, she was here. I don't know if she's still here. You want to be a first class student, and every time you are partying, you don't go to class, you don't take notes, you don't participate in assessments, but you want to be a first class student, you want to come out with the first class. You are saying yes to these things, but you are saying no to your goal. If you really want to be a first class student, you go to classes, you go for lectures, you will take your notes seriously, your assessments seriously, because you understand that each point aggregates to your final CGPA. Yeah, so you take every single assessment seriously, every single test seriously. If being a first class student is your goal, you will, when your friends are telling you let's go party, you weigh it. If I go for this party now, number one, the time it will take us to get to that party, let's say 1 hour. If you're in Lagos like me, let's say 1 hour for us to get to that party, and the party is going to run for 3 hours. That is 3 hours gone. And then you'll probably drink in the party, and then you start coming back. Coming back might take you 2 hours. That is 6 hours, right? Now you might have hangover from the party, from everything that you took the previous night. If you factor in the number of hours that you stand to lose, be like, oh, don't worry, I'll study. I'll use that time to study. I'm busy this night. So the opportunity cost of you contributing to your CGPA is letting go of that party. You don't get involved in unnecessary conversations. You are very selective of the people that you mingle with. You are very intentional about your life. Like, what do you stand to gain? If I don't do this now, what is the consequence? What are the consequences of me not doing what I need to do? What are the consequences of me doing this as opposed to this? Am I willing to bear this consequence? Are you willing to bear the cost? Because some costs can be too heavy. They can be too much for where you are going. You cannot afford to suffer some losses on this journey that you are in. You cannot afford. Because you are young, but everything has a season and a time. And if you don't do certain things within a certain time frame, you've lost that opportunity. You may never be able to have the time and the opportunity to do that thing again. So you must treat your life as a project. As a project, because You are a project that are here on this planet to effect change. And every single day has to move you closer to your goal, to your vision. Every single day has to contribute, add somehow to where you are going. Lisa Nichols will say needle point movements. Tiny, tiny movements every day, tiny, tiny movements. Letting go of what does not serve you, letting go of what is not necessary.